Hi, and welcome to The Aspiring Actor's Guide to New York. Working title.
It's the Aspiring Actor's Guide to New York. Yeah.
On this channel, we talk about dogs, talk about wine, and we talk about what it is to be a professional actor in New York City. Today we're drinking beer instead of wine again because Michigan. Hashtag Michigan.
Hashtag win a race.
Woo! Usually it's just me on the channel, but as you can see, we have a special guest. This is Robert McFletcher, for those of you who don't already know.
And it's actually Robert McFletcher-Jones now. Because I added Jones.
I did know that. I forgot.
It's okay. Fun facts of the day.
Question: What brought you to the decision to add Jones to the equation?
Well, my mom.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. My mother was the one that discovered my talent, and so she got me into all my the boys' choir, the ministry music workshop, and so my sister continued that. And their last name is Jones, and my father's last name is McFletcher.
Gotcha.
So I could not continue going further with music without adding them because they are the bedrock.
Gotcha.
I do what I do.
That makes sense. Robert, what are you doing in New York?
I am auditioning for another cruise ship.
That's so exciting.
That is super exciting. It's super exciting. I'm glad to be in New York. I love this city.
Robert, how long have we known each other?
We were just talking about this, actually.
We were.
5 years that we started doing shows together, but it's been at least that.
It might be closer to 10.
Yeah.
Probably not actually 10, but like close.
25.
Yeah, 20. We've known each other
for 5 years.
For 30 years.
Yep, and counting. From the fetus.
That was my nickname in high school. Did you know?
I didn't know that. That's a great one.
I didn't hit puberty when everybody else did, so yeah. Today we're going to talk about cruise ship life. I've never done a cruise ship. A lot of aspiring actors in New York decide cruise ships are the way that they want to go because there's a lot of fun times to be had on a cruise ship. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of money to be made doing some cruise ships. Robert has a lot of expertise in that area.
Yeah, a couple of years.
Yeah.
So, do it. Absolutely do it. I love doing cruise ships. It's afforded me a lot of opportunities that I never would have got. And I really, you get to work with some really cool creatives, you get to work with some really cool artists, and you get to work with some really cool crew from all around the world. And it's just a ball.
Have you worked for more than one cruise line, or have you been...
I have, actually. So I got to work full production with a full production show with Norwegian Cruise Lines, and then I got to guest entertain with Celebrity Cruise Lines for 2 contracts. Working on it. 2 more. All right, let's do it.
What book shows have you done on the show?
Okay, so I had the opportunity to do After Midnight. Love After Midnight. We got to work with the actual Broadway team with $1 million costume budget, the incredible lighting and the incredible sound and incredible musicianship as it was on Broadway. And so with Broadway stars. And so that opportunity in itself is incredible. I would have never guessed that I would have had the opportunity to work with such incredible people and such incredible talent throughout. After Midnight's super special because it's basically it's an all-black cast.
Yeah.
And so the reality of working with different people from all over the world that never get a chance to work with each other, especially on a ship, it's a really unique opportunity. Also, we got to do spin-off shows. So we got to do Motown shows as well. So usually when you do a ship, you're doing multiple shows. And so we got to do 2 different Motown shows. It's called 70s Soul and 70s Hit Parade. And so it's cool to do multiple shows. And so, Any more questions?
Any more questions? How did you get started in cruise ships?
First off, when I came to New York, I came on a Women in Prayer. Okay. I came with $1,800. I had no job. I had no agent. I didn't have nothing. If it wasn't for Dale Streamer, shout out to Dale Streamer, who got me connected with Actors Connection, shout out to Actors Connection, who got me connected with SW Artists, shout out to SW Artists, who became my agency. That agency then put me out for auditions. And so one of those auditions happened to be After Midnight with Norwegian Cruise Lines. Shout out to Norwegian Cruise Lines. And so that's how that happened. It took me about 9 months to find this contract, but it was for me.
Nice. I love that. What's like the day-to-day of like being on a ship? Like what's it like being on a cruise ship?
Okay, so all the itineraries are different. Luckily, I was with a book production show that was Broadway, so it was a different type of thing. But we did the Welcome Aboard show on Saturday, so you have about 5 to 7 hours to yourself on Saturday that you can get all the stuff that you need to get done. So we had 5 to 7 hours to like get groceries, do whatever you need to do to feel human, and then get back onto the ship.
Yep.
And then so then we have meetings and rehearsals. So on Sunday we would do a tech run because you have to do a tech run before the show, before you do a week of shows. And then we would do our 2 shows. And then Monday we would do our 2 shows. And then Tuesday you would have off. Wednesday we would have off, and then Thursdays the singers, we got to do a different show, which I was talking about earlier, the 70s Hit Parade and the 70s Soul. And then if you had your own cabaret, you got to do your own thing throughout the week, which was cool.
Cool.
So yeah.
You had the opportunity to start your own show.
Hashtag thank you NCL. Yes, I have the pleasure of creating with a beautiful team of people 2 different shows. The first show was Soul Music Experience. My boys, the Classic Tones. Love you guys. Thank you so much. We were singing in the Manhattan Room. They run the Manhattan Room. They're killer musicians. Right.
Yeah.
And they saw us. Martin. Thank you, Martin. Martin called the hotel director, who happened to be Sean at the time. Sean then called the cruise director and sat us down and was like, hey, you guys should make a show. And so we were like, cool. So I sat down, came up with a song list, and then we worked on the show. And we had like 2 weeks to put the show together.
Yep.
We grew as a band, myself, we grew the show every week. And then on my first contract with the ship, it became super popular.
Nice.
So popular that I just sprayed it all over your face. So the blessing of it all was, again, thank you, NCL. It was then a part of my cabaret set. Also, you never know who's watching you, because another guest entertainer who was on board saw my show and they hooked me up with my guest entertainer agent. Shout out Karen Mayberry. Thank you so much for all that you do. So from those cabarets that you get to build, which is another reason why you should do ships, is you have a lot of free time, right?
Yeah.
So you can do anything with that free time. The first contract, that's what I did. That then got picked up as its own separate cabaret. So it was Robert McFletcher-Jones and Soul Music Experience. So then it was an added production to the ship, which was great, which is a blessing. Thank you. Grateful. But then we did Love, which was the Love music. The last contract that I did was supposed to be on for 6 weeks. Now, the cool thing about ships is that sometimes there's an opportunity for you to extend.
Yeah.
6 weeks turned into 7 months. Those are the projects that I got to create with the team. Also, hashtag thank you, Tyler. And also hashtag thank you, Michael Jones. It was just so cool to just to grow something.
That's great. Yeah. I love that.
Thank you.
Hashtag love.
Hashtag love.
Soul Music Experience.
Hashtag Soul Music Experience.
What are some other tactics you employ to combat homesickness? Because you're kind of in your own self-contained city.
Facts.
When you're on a ship.
Video chat with people as much as possible. Message people as much as possible. Also, sometimes you need that time to be isolated and get grounded and figure out what you need as an artist. And so it's okay to have space.
To disconnect a little bit.
Yeah, oh yeah. What is also nice, if you are a family member of somebody that's going out being an actor and performer, some of my family members, like Garner, shout out to the Garners, they would send me postcards and just presents and
cute.
And notes and letters and it matters. It matters more than you know. And
what were some of your favorite perks about being on the ship?
Oh, I love traveling. I love seeing the world. And you got to do it for free, $99. You were actually paid. You're paid to travel the world.
Yeah,
right?
that's
and
awesome.
You're paid to do what you love too. So also, I'm a collaborator. So I love making music. So you have a ship full of actors and musicians and just extremely brilliant lighting designers and sound designers and production managers and people that you can get a wealth of knowledge from and work with.
Yeah.
And so to take the time out, people were doing stage readings and play readings, and you got to it was really cool because we started doing an open mic night on the ship. Shout out Ethan.
What were some of the other shows that were on the ship? Maybe you weren't a part of, but were also happening.
Brat Pack, for the record.
Okay, but I was gonna say thank you, Ethan. Was that Ethan Crystal?
Yeah. How do you know? How do you know I did
Oh, we worked together at Hershey Park.
What? Oh, hi, Ethan. Yeah. Cheers. Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Ethan's great. He came up with a great version of Three Kings.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's a great writer.
Like an acapella.
Yeah. And
nice.
he's funny. Ethan's
Yeah.
funny. So for the record, Brat Pack, Great. It's huge. It's monster of a show. Okay, so $1 Million Quartet was also there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm an MDQer.
Haka! There really is world-class entertainment from For the Record Backpack, Ethan. I'm so glad you know Ethan.
Yeah.
Also, they bring on some really cool guest entertainers. Bum, 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 pow! Okay, you want to be a guest entertainer? Let's talk about it. So you do need your own charts.
Yep.
Very clear and clean charts. All the things I learned the hard way. When you are a guest entertainer, it's a 45-minute track.
Because you're not bringing the band with you. You're using the in-house band?
In-house band.
Gotcha.
You have an hour and a half rehearsal time. So you must know your stuff. You must know exactly what your lighting is, exactly what your show is. Sometimes they want a 25-minute half show. And so make sure that you have your storyline down, that you have your 45 minutes completed, and it wows the crowd. Once you do that, you'll work for the rest of your life.
Anything else that you want to say to the aspiring actors audience?
Hi, aspiring actors. I highly suggest and support doing ship work. I think it gives you an opportunity to perform around the world, but more importantly, it gives you time with your own craft and working with incredible artists who will challenge you as well as give you the inspiration that you need to be the inspiring actor that you want to be.
So if you like this video, write in the comments below. Even if you don't like this video, talk about how bad my hair is or whatever. Check out the other videos from the Aspiring Actors Guide if you have any other questions about what it's going to be like in New York or around the world. If you like this channel, please subscribe. I'll be releasing new videos every Theater Thursday at 3.
Subscribe.
Woo! Like and subscribe. Tune in next week when we discuss what we were going to talk about this week. Equity. Should I or shouldn't I? Thanks for coming out. Chase your dreams. Cheers.
Cheers.
I don't have anything in this.
Cheers. Nailed it.